In 2023, we travelled across the subcontinent through the countries of Nepal, Sri Lanka and India, and we spent a month in each place, which gave us the chance to explore most of the tourist sites as well as some less visited places. A lot of people ask us the same question when we share our travel stories across this region: which one is better? Now, it's a very difficult question to answer as it's very subjective and is based on personal preferences. What we love, others may not like doing, and our travel style may not suit everyone. Travelling with a child has its limitations compared to when you solo travel or travel as a couple, and we know this because we've experienced all three. But coming back to which country is better, all three are very unique in their own way and offer different experiences despite being so close to one another. Nepal is home to Mount Everest and is more of a hiking and trekking destination, while India, known for the Taj Mahal, is home to busy cities and a vibrant street food scene. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, is an island with a laid-back tropical vibe. So how do you compare three countries that are geographically close but offer a variety of different things for the travel enthusiast? Well, when you travel, there's four main things that people tend to compare. Firstly, daily life essentials, and that's transport, accommodation and food. Secondly, things to do, what the country has to offer, the people, and most importantly, the cost of traveling. So today we're going to be using these categories to break down our experience in traveling across these three countries and give you our top pick at the end. Let's start with daily life essentials. Transport across the three countries can be very affordable depending on the mode you choose and how adventurous you want to get. Nepal has a reputation of having some of the bumpiest roads in the region. Put a 10-hour bus journey ride with a bumpy road and multiple stop-off points, things can get a bit tedious. The alternative is domestic flights, but the costs can add up and there have been safety concerns in recent years which put people off flying. If you're traveling with a baby like us, then it's definitely worth stretching the budget a bit more, save some time and fly domestically. While deciding which mode of transportation to take in Nepal, we did some research on recent safety measures and we were happy to take flights over the long bus journeys. When it comes to long journeys, India's roads are a breeze. We were shocked by the roads in the mountainous regions being so well paved, and it made the long 6-7 hour journeys much more comfortable. We also found that getting a last minute Uber journey between cities really affordable. A 4-hour taxi journey from Delhi to Agra booked using Uber cost 4,000 Indian rupees, and that's without even any bargaining. For longer journeys, it is common for the driver to ask if it's okay to cancel the ride on the app and get the money in cash, and that's because ride-hailing apps can take up to 40% of the money, so this just helps out the driver a lot more. If you opt for a local bus or a train, it can be at the fraction of the cost, but our budget allowed us to take a more relaxed and flexible approach to getting transport between cities. For us, Sri Lanka was the most memorable, and that's because we had our very own tuk-tuk for the whole month to drive across the island. We got our tuk-tuk from tuktukrental.com, and if you're thinking about transportation across Sri Lanka, then you have to hit them up and ride in style. They provided me with driving lessons, and surprisingly within 1 hour I was driving around the roads of Sri Lanka like a pro. If you want to rent a tuk-tuk, then check out the link in our bio. This has to be the best thing that we did when we traveled this region of the world. Now, accommodation. This is going to be a bit of a hit and miss in the whole region. One thing that really surprised us was how difficult it was to get good, affordable accommodation in the central regions of India. Most places we stayed at always had some form of an issue, be it a broken AC, no hot water, or just a general mouldy smell coming from the room, which made it really uncomfortable to stay in. Ladakh, Goa and Kerala were our favourite places to stay, as we got really good accommodation at reasonable prices. However, Agra, Jaipur, Delhi and Mumbai, we weren't so lucky, despite having a very healthy budget of $60 a night. Nepal was really good and we enjoyed the places that we stayed at. There was one cockroach infested room which was a night we will never forget in Bandipur, but we did pay $10 a night for the accommodation, so it was hardly the Ritz. Sri Lanka was a place we were really worried about the state of the accommodation. You know, island life can mean very simple life, but funny enough, every place we stayed at was absolutely amazing, and each host at all the Airbnbs were really helpful with helping us planning our onward journeys. Food. Now, we all know some of the best food across the whole world comes from this region. Whether it's Nepal, India or Sri Lanka, the food here is all great in its own way. Momos are a must in Nepal, and some of the best we had were the tandoori momos at Shafaqat restaurant in Kathmandu. Sri Lanka is known for rice and curry, a simple staple where the curry can be either meat or lentil based. Or for something more hearty, try the kottu. It's basically a stir fry of chopped up chapati, mixed vegetables, meat of your choice, and then a load of spice and sauces. And this has to be one of our favorite dishes there. Our first bite really blew us away. Now, do we really have to mention Indian food? Indian restaurants are dotted all over the world, sometimes in unsuspecting towns, and that's because everyone loves a good old chicken tikka masala with a naan.
We're getting an Indian. What do you fancy?
Chicken boner, lamb boner, prawn boner, mushroom rice, bag of chips, keema naan and 9 papadums.
Now, that's really a Western inspired dish, and in India, you'll find the food to be much different. If you want to get a true, authentic experience, then reach out to Delhi Food Walks, who will take you to the most amazing food spots in the old town of Delhi to try some true, hearty Indian cuisine. When it comes to things to do, the three countries have very different things to offer. Nepal is home to Mount Everest and is known for its many hiking trails. Many travelers visit to do the multi-day Everest base camp trek, something we obviously didn't do with the baby, but maybe we might do it one day. Or maybe not. India, however, is home to the Golden Triangle and is famous for the Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of the world. A hidden gem, though, is the northern region of Ladakh, and if you can get over the altitude sickness, this has to be one of the most beautiful places in the whole world, and it has a lot of similarities with Nepal. As you head to the south, India and Sri Lanka become alike. However, Sri Lanka has something very special about it. The coast is lined with beautiful sleepy beach towns where you can surf, eat smoothie bowls, and wander around and take in the old colonial architectures. Head slightly north and you'll be greeted with ancient rock fortresses that tower high up, and to the west you have the cooler climate of the tea plantations of Nuwara Eliya. You can even jump on one of the famous train journeys to take you to Ella, which is a hippie town full of more hiking trails. And if that's not enough, then you have Yala National Park, where you can witness the majestic elephants in the wild. And if you're lucky, like us, you'll be welcomed in the middle of the road by one of these gentle giants. Now, if you're a seasoned traveler, then you'll know that the locals really do make the trip. A bad journey from one hotel to another can be wiped from your memory with a simple smile from your next host. And that's what we found with Sri Lanka. Every place we went to was all smiles and the people were genuinely hospitable. There's just something about island life where the laid back culture truly embeds itself in the people, and I think that's why we really enjoyed our time there. We found ourselves in the most remotest areas, and when we were lost, people are always there willing to help us. Even the police were all smiles. When we were stopped, they just wanted a chit chat and intrigued to see what we thought of their country, something that we've never experienced before. And the same could be said for the south of India. Being the subcontinent, it is relatively cheap to travel in all 3 places. There's hotel accommodations to suit all budgets, from a room that you can get for $10 a night through to the luxury resorts and hotels that can set you back more than $500 a night. So it's really up to your budget. Intercity travel can be done cheap if you take the local bus routes, but for a more convenient and comfy ride, taking the plane or private transfers, expect to pay a premium. Having said that, when you compare to Western prices, it is still much more cheaper and reasonable, and the service is great. The same can be said for the food. $1 street food consisting of a chapati and some simple curry or a street side sandwich is very common across all 3 countries. We do tend to spend a little bit more on the higher quality food, as we do have a little one to look out for, and we generally go for the healthier options, and these type of dishes do come at a premium in our experience. You can easily eat for less than $5 a day or spend in excess of $40 if you wish on food. In our month of travels, our average spend was around $40 a night on accommodation, $20 on food, $15 a day on transportation, and an extra $10 a night on activities. This totaled to around $2,550 in monthly expenses. Now that's for a family of 3 splurging on slightly better accommodation and food, as well as taking a more convenient form of travel. So if you are a budget traveler, you can travel these countries for much cheaper. It's safe to say that we enjoy traveling across all 3 countries. Each has a different form of travel to offer. From hiking in Nepal to the wonders of India and the tropical beaches of Sri Lanka, each had something memorable. But the one place that we loved the most was Sri Lanka. Driving the tuk-tuk to explore the country has to be one of the best adventures of our travels, and we still think about it to this date. If you want to know more about our adventures across the 3 countries, be sure to download our free e-guides, where we share our itinerary, some top things to do, and also some tips and tricks on how you can save some money along the way. If you've traveled to any of these places and have some extra tips and tricks that we didn't share in this video, then we'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you an idea of what traveling across Nepal, India and Sri Lanka is like. Remember guys, follow your visions, and we'll see you on the next one.